So far, we have learned how to create a USD asset. In this lesson, I'll take you through the steps of creating a USD stage. What is a USD stage? Well, a USD stage is a bunch of assets, or USD assets, that are brought together to create an environment in which you have your animations, your lighting, your effects, and so on. Now, you may ask yourself, why should I use USD? Why can't I use just Maya references to do the same thing? Well, USD has advantages that just the reference doesn't. The main difference between Maya reference and USD is that USD is cross-platform. And since it's cross-platform, you don't have to work in Maya to make changes. You don't have to render, you don't have to do the lighting, you don't have to do the effects in Maya. You could go elsewhere, and you don't need to publish out, let's say, other files to then bring back into Maya, and so on. So it's great because you can build a file that you can use in different platforms to do the same thing, and you don't need to have a connecting file to do so. Furthermore, it's also a lot lighter. The scenes are lighter and faster. You can bring in more polygons. It's just a better way of working altogether. The first step we want to do is go to the USD layer editor, and under create, we're going to create a stage with new layer. And right off the bat, we get two nodes. The first node is our position node, and the second is our shape node with all kind of options that we can turn on and off. I won't get into that because it will take too long. The idea is to learn the workflow, so let's do that. Alright, so next thing, we want to look down towards our USD layer editor here, and we can see we got a new layer, and we got this little yellow icon saying that we need to save. Now before I'm going to save, I'm going to bring in the assets I want, and then I'm going to create the layers for the different departments, and voila, I'll be ready to start working as a department on this file. So let's add our set element. In this case, I'm going to add an X form because I want the ability to move this flagpole around as a set element. And at this stage, before I name that, let's just name the entire thing itself. So I'm going to name the stage flagpole. And the reason I'm naming it now, because once we save the scene, it's going to save a USD file, and then changing the names, it's going to be really difficult because it gets hard-coded in, and it's probably going to create some issues. So make sure that you name everything that you add in before you save the file. Alright, so we got that. Let's just put a capital P there. Sorry, that's flag, so capital F. Alright, and then on the X form, we're going to do the same thing because it's for each thing here, it kind of creates a file. So let's go to, let's call this flagpole. There you go. So now we have the main assets. Let's bring in the asset. I'm going to go to right click, and I'm going to go down to reference, add reference. And for that, I'm going to go to my asset folder, under model, under props, under there. I should have called this shouldn't have been a prop, this should have been a set element, but anyway. Let's do that. And I am going to grab my flagpole here, which is the USD file, and it brings it in, and you can see it looks just the same as when we left it when we were working on it. And if I press 6, you can see that I got the textures. Notice there's one difference though from the file that we had before. Now we have this little arc icon here, which represents that it's connected to a USD file that's outside, so it's part of the pipeline. Alright, let's create our layers, and again, I haven't saved yet, I haven't saved the USD file yet. I want to create layers. Now each layer is going to be its own USD file, so you can practically load it into another scene, like a new Maya, a new whatever, and work in using that layer. But I'm going to show you how to use it within Maya. So let's add layers. I'm going to add 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5. And the cool thing is, before we save, I can also arrange them differently so you can nest them. And now let's just start saving these. So there's 2 ways of doing it. You could double click on them, but I'm just going to go save, and we'll open up this little UI. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to navigate to my sequence, to my shot, and then I already gone ahead and created these USD files from when I was preparing the lesson. So instead of rewriting each time, I'm just going to overwrite these ones, but basically that's what you want to do. So the first one in the row is going to be this top layer, and then it's just going to go down here. So the next one I want is animation, and then after animation, let's say lighting, and after lighting I'm going to put CFX. And again, you can do this any way you want to do it. It basically depends on your pipeline. This is how I approached it. The whole idea is this is flexible, and you can build up any pipeline that you like. Alright, there we go. I'm all done. Save, override, and you can see now that I have my layers. Now each one of these are a USD layer, so we can actually open it up as a USD. So with that being said, I'm going to stop here. When we come back in our next lesson, I will show you how to use this in a practical way, how to add a camera, and we're going to add a camera into the layout, how to add an extra animated camera, and so on. So we can do all kind of work with that. Alright, so I'll see you in the next lesson. Thank you for watching.